Okay guys, welcome back. So we are joined by our favourite guest, Mr. Prakowski.
Ronnie.
So happy to be back, thank you.
Nice to see you. So we were just chatting about your season so far and sort of how things have been going, trending in the right direction.
Best season ever.
Okay, well that's no mean feat. How long have you been playing the game?
Well, off and on since I was 16, but I took some years off. So when I became a member of the club, that's when I started getting serious about trying to get better.
To be having your best ever season.
64.
64. That's impressive.
It is, yeah.
It's,
that's a testament to your diligence and sort of work ethic and your approach to getting better and how you try and find, you know, little sort of areas of your game that can do that. So
absolutely,
very good. Well, the target is everyone knows from following you has been to get to single digits, and we're almost there.
Close.
Very close. I mean, decimal points close.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So
this could be the thing that puts it over the edge.
it could be.
Well, that was your tease. You said you wouldn't do this fitting until I got close. So
is that right?
You are close.
Have followed through, so bring me home.
Bring me home, coach.
Put all the accountability on you, not on me.
Well, the set has been sort of comprised this year with a new driver, some new irons. We added to your wedges from last year, your Glide 2.0s, which you've loved.
Love.
The oldest clubs in your bag are your hybrids, which is what we're going to talk to today.
Correct.
Right. So you and I done these many moons ago.
5 years ago.
5 years ago. Ping Answer hybrids, great hybrid at the time. We done a 23 and a 27, and we felt like that was a nice blend at the time. Kind of fitted in with your 7 wood, which you have at 20 degrees, and you have obviously your 5 irons, currently your longest iron.
Yep.
So we're going to see how appropriate that setup still is.
Okay.
We're going to look at your longest iron. Like to start there from a gapping perspective.
Okay.
And then obviously just do some testing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about sort of your preferences and what you're looking for?
As it relates to the hybrids?
Yeah.
So 5 years old, I love the hybrids. And maybe you should talk to you did some factory manipulation of the answer, right?
Yeah.
So
well, these were 5 years ago, back in the day when hybrids really weren't being made with adjustable hosels at the time. And if there were any companies doing it, Matty, it was all upright stuff.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the other direction.
There was none, and that thing with the hybrid has always been a bit of an issue, turning them over too much. Hybrids have generally been considered quite draw bias for a lot of players. And it looks a little like that to you sometimes when you look at a hybrid, doesn't it? It looks like that toe gets up a bit.
yeah, so I love the answers. I love the way they look. If my game is off, which happens because I'm a middle handicapper, and my confidence gets bruised a bit, 2 things jump out that I'm not keen on. One is it feels very, very upright.
Right.
Now, you had flattened them at the factory, but compared to my flat irons now, it kind of feels more awkward.
That's right.
So I get confused. Do I have the toe up? Do I have the club face level the ground? So I get kind of confused a bit. The second part that I'm less keen about is the closed face. My miss is a low hook. If I'm off, it kind of starts playing in my head a bit.
So we're 5 years on, and we've got some technology that can work in our favor now.
Yeah.
Right. So
a lot of it too. There's a lot of options.
Yeah. I mean, and everyone watching this right now is going to be going G410, flatter settings, all that sort of stuff. So, so why don't we get you hit a few 5 irons, and then we'll sort of go from there.
Okay.
Now for you, 5 iron is about what, your 170 club?
170, my least favorite iron, because it comes off a little bit low.
Sure.
Fortunately, it doesn't come up very often, the 170, but I would say 170 total would be my 5 iron, yeah.
And you've made a smart sort of decision with the golf ball this year to play a golf ball that gives you the maximum spin that you can achieve.
Right, I mean, you've been part of that journey of searching for the right ball.
Yeah, well, we found at the time, didn't we, that as we were fitting your irons, we were doing a lot of golf ball testing at the time, and we had a little trick up our sleeve for you with that, and You know, we had just had Chris set up from Mizuno, and we'd been testing the new ball. So,
I would never thought I would be hitting a 113 compression ball, but
I know
it works for me.
Yeah, I don't think many people would have thought that kind of, you know, firm compression golf balls for slower swing speeds would have been the answer. Yeah, close there, Ronnie. Yeah, nice job. So
that was above average, to be honest.
5-iron for you is kind of like borderline, not quite comfortable. Has to be the right circumstances. The lie has to be good. Everything that is going on, there has to be the right timing for you to hit this club.
Yeah, you're right.
So, all right, so why don't we use that one as a bit of a kind of baseline, 158 carry. It's coming in pretty flat.
It's a good kind of example shot of.
I think so.
A better one with the 5.
I think so. I mean, if we kind of almost look at.
Yeah, let's look at that one on its own.
So we've got a peak height of 62. Just shy of 16 launch, 3,600. I'm almost interested to show the viewers what a normal golf ball is doing, just to show almost how much that ball is helping out.
Yeah.
Ronnie, you do me a favour. Can you grab one of those Strixons from over there? Can you just grab one of those and just hit one of those for us? I just want to show people the difference here, and it's quite drastic.
That was pretty solid.
Good swing. Very good swing. So let's see the numbers on that one. So different flight. So same launch, 1,000 less spin. 1,000.
That's wild.
Yeah. So if we kind of compare, it's just kind of fun to do that. It's quite similar, it just gets there in a kind of different fashion. So those last two. So similar speed, similar launch, Ronnie, but you're utilizing the additional spin that you're getting from that Mizuno ball, which for you is to the tune of 1,000 RPM.
That sounds staggering.
It's a massive amount.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's a massive
percentage
amount.
As a percentage of 3,600 spin.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
And people will look at that and go, okay, peak height's quite similar. Angle of descent, definitely in favour of the Mizuno ball. But it's when the ball hits the ground that the thrusters are well and truly on. That 1,000 RPMs of additional spin is really good. I mean, this looks like to me like you're hitting quite a nice driver.
Yep.
16 launch, 2,600, those are nice driver numbers. This is starting to look more like it. Now, a lot of people will go, well, is that not low in spin? Everything's relative here.
Of course, yeah.
1,000 more is better for you by far.
Yeah.
So just thought that'd be an interesting
very
little comparison, just to see it. All right, toss that Strixon to the side, and we'll go back to your Mizunos.
So what hybrid do you want him to hit?
Let's go with Ronnie's 23. Super strike. Left the face a fraction open, Ronnie, but
sounded good.
Nice job. Pretty well hit that one.
That one was pretty good.
Yeah,
agreed.
I'm not going to get too many better than that. So
interesting.
Kind of that flight we see from you, and that kind of right to lefty. Well, I mean, so I think that last one, Ronnie, is the right flight. We just need to offset the start line a little bit. So as we look at it here, I mean, it's not a massively curving shot. We just have to probably set it a little bit more to the right. So lie angle plays its role in that. The face obviously being tilted more to the right through the flatter lie angle will make that ball start a little more right and allow the curvature to finish on line rather than crossing the line and end up left of target. So we will try that for sure.
I felt some discomfort being in front of the cameras, but the upright and the closed face kind of was staring me in the face.
Does it play with your head a bit, and then sometimes you compensate and leave it open, and
I
Push it
don't
to the
know.
right?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's-
I don't know what the
not
compensations
comfortable,
are,
right?
but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just uncomfortable. So
Gotcha.
All right. Okay, I'm going to grab you some toys.
Good.
Okay, Ronnie, so the automatic choice is the G410. It's the, obviously the new flat settings. It speaks exactly to what we need the club to do for you. Have it adjustable, maybe tweak the loft around a little bit and pick and choose where we want that in order to create the right distance. I think for hybrid, territory, we need this to fly for you. I mean, about 170-ish, 170, 175, I would say.
carry.
And then that for you will go out to about your 190-ish.
So you've got 20 yard of run,
You will have that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and is that Ronnie or is that kind of?
that's Ronnie.
That's Ronnie.
Yeah, that's 60 feet versus 120 feet, which is where sort of, we generally see our flights about 120. We spin it and launch it and have more speed, so that's just naturally so. About that 170, 175 mark will be nice here. A little bit more hang time there, Matty. That was pretty good. How did that feel?
Solid, and the hang time did seem longer.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that one, if we kind of get the face squared up a little bit, will be pretty darn close. Okay. Okay, Ronnie, little change of shaft. Change of shaft, change of timing is the plan. So a couple little things. Shaft's a fraction longer.
Okay.
It's a little bit softer as well. So I want to see if we can kind of get that shaft, working and loading and producing more energy and something that you can time better. You probably heard me say a million times now, Matty. For me, the key to timing normally goes for heavier and softer.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, so you've gone up a little bit in weight.
Got up a little bit in weight, and hopefully Ronnie can use the weight for a better timing device.
Gotcha.
A little drop kicky on that one.
Just a fraction behind the ball.
Yeah, we'll take
So-
the results.
Certainly a good result. Yeah.
Matty, this reminds me of my toe hit on the driver. Started veering to the right and veered back to the middle.
Came back. It offset it for you. Yeah.
It was like deja vu.
I mean, part of it is you want to leave, for Ronnie, he wants to leave with something that, if that is a bad strike, it doesn't completely ruin his whole, he's kind of still okay.
Absolutely.
That sounded good.
Better carry there. We were just missing the fraction of draw.
Just a hair open, that was.
Yeah. This is one of those interesting cases, Matty, where it's almost like sometimes the player has a fear. Ron is clearly left.
Doesn't want to hit it left, yeah.
Yet we're seeing a higher rate of shots to the right.
It's true.
I mean, that happens a fair bit.
It's a good swing.
So that was your best one with this club,
Agreed.
no question.
Oh yeah, really nice.
That's kind of touched right on the number we've been trying for, and just hear them, can't
That
you?
really sounded good. Yeah, that's even better. I think that looked like it flew over 175.
176, yeah, somewhere right around there.
177, Ronnie.
Carry.
Very good.
Yeah,
Is
carry.
that by far the best?
That's the best one you've hit so far, yeah. That
Of
looked like it even.
Any club, any shaft, right?
That's your longest carry so far,
Okay.
yeah.
So right now, yeah, dispersion, Matty, is more predictable, no question. We've gained 9 yards in the air, speed spins down a fraction. That's
This is
interesting.
interesting.
That is interesting. So
Do you think maybe just because a couple of I guess, wide right misses
It
were in
can
there
be.
with the
Yeah,
answer?
it can be. Yeah, some open faces kicking
Then
that
we'll just
spin
do
up
that
a
once
little
or
bit.
twice. Yeah. So this is good progress so far.
Nice there, Ronnie.
Ooh. Yes.
That one looked good.
Did it ever?
Feel pretty solid.
It did.
119 ball speed there.
Ooh.
Awfully good there. Tiny little tight draw on that one.
Yes. Laser beam. Ooh. That's
Really
that's the
nice
sound
again,
on that
Ronnie.
one. Yeah.
Just love how neutral that has that's become there.
Is it ever?
I really like that.
Very little curvature. That's not really what I was expecting to happen as this kind of has developed. I knew that you wanted to offset the start line, but it's almost like the swings are getting a little bit more neutral, I guess, with it. The shape is getting more neutral. Ooh. Good sound. It's definitely the most consistent flying club that he's been trying.
Yeah.
No question.
Ronnie, do me a favor. Go back and hit your ping a couple of times for me. Your answer, sorry. Just drop back a little bit, you know, like
Speeds down a
111,
bit.
speeds down a touch.
So I feel I can deliver a really consistent swing on this, but the output is not as good.
5 years of change in your swing, in your body, and your being. So, you know, it's going to be a slightly different result.
Felt solid, but they're just the numbers not
It's
even.
funny. Yeah, it just
Little less pop. So 410. So there's a 1 degree difference in the head, Ronnie. So 22 with the new head, 23 with your old head. We've got obviously dynamic lie angle differences, which help you a little bit manage the face. That might be something worth tinkering, you know, with once you sort of have it. And today, the miss was almost a little more leaky right.
more often right than left, yeah.
It was, but the thing is with it, which is what kind of makes me reluctant, we know your history, we know you well enough. We know we're fighting left for sure.
Right.
Some of the ones to the right were heel strike orientated as well. So the good ones you hit were little push draws.
Well, and also the good news is this is so adjustable. Ronnie can go play his first couple rounds with it. And if he says to you, you know what, actually I do miss it right now, you've got all the adjustability in the world to bring that back
right.
to the center line.
So in summary, go out and play some rounds, provide you some feedback. Potentially, if we go right, add one more degree to make it 23 versus 23.
Yeah, you could.
You could.
But the result is I'm closing the face a bit. But if I'm leaking right, that might be the solution.
And you could go less flat if you're missing it right, then the flat setting doesn't need to be as extreme, right?
That's right. We know you're coming in. We know you don't need the toe down dynamically. That's more of a visual and a face management thing. You know, we're seeing dynamically the toe is actually coming in, you know, a little too much down.
Right.
So
But it helps them manage.
But it helps keep that to the right.
So in terms of set composition, then that's obviously a good forehand replacement for Ronnie.
Yep.
Or is that really I guess it's the next step above the
7
wood,
wood. Yeah.
right? This comes as high as, how high do these go, these 410s? You can get a 6 hybrid?
Goes up to a 30, yeah, 30 degree.
So without having the 30 degree, obviously, that's probably too much loft. He's not looking to replace that high of an iron.
No, because you've got your 6, which is around that loft, around 30. You've got your 5, which you pick and choose your moments, and you might even pick and choose your courses where the 5 comes out, or maybe it stays at home. So yeah, I think the kind of main club for that will be the 5 hybrid.
Because that's the question people will say, well, do I get the 5 hybrid to replace a 5 iron? In this case, Ronnie's going to keep the 5 iron, get a 5 hybrid, but the 5 hybrid is longer, has more ball speed, it will go further.
Definitely, yeah.
This is really more like a 4 iron.
By the construction of that,
Yeah.
of that head, it will certainly give you more output for the exact same loft.
Gotcha. Okay.
Even today, my 5 hybrid far outperforms my 5 iron in terms
Yeah.
of distance and height.
Consistency.
It's a club
Height.
longer, right?
So the question is, should I order a 6 hybrid and experiment facing that off versus the 5 iron?
5 iron.
What's your thinking on that?
Based on what we saw right there, then now bear in mind this is right now 4 hybrid. We're calling this your 175 carry club, which it was when you were hitting it well.
For sure.
You were today hitting your 5 iron about let's have a look here. 5 iron was 160 carry. So 160. So if we go to the 5 hybrid. So 4 hybrid is 175 carry. The 5 hybrid would be about 165 carry, right? So I don't think you need another hybrid in there. I think 6 iron probably for you carries probably.
I was just going to say, is this a time when maybe the 5 iron doesn't really serve much of a purpose?
It's can almost
maybe
be
an extra wedge or something in there that might be better serving it?
Could be.
Yeah.
So you're saying the 4 and 5 hybrid knocks out the 5 iron?
Based on what these yardages are, Ronnie, yep.
Keep the 6. It kind of seems like the 5 irons become a bit redundant, to be honest.
Okay.
And if it's less forgiving and not as consistent for you, it might not really have much point.
That's it. I mean, right now your 4 hybrid is only sitting 10 yards beyond what we mapped your 5 iron at.
On carry.
On carry.
But on total, there's a bigger gap.
What was your rollout? So
190 versus 170, I think.
Still 10 yards. 179 versus 190.
Okay.
Yeah. So some stuff to consider.
Okay.
Yeah. That's probably another
yeah.
good thing to test on the course, right?
I think you only need 2. I think 4 and 5 hybrid is enough. I think that then blends you really nicely into your irons.
Okay.
And definitely know you can carry 6 iron around that one sort of 50, 152 sort of marker. 6 iron should be carrying for you about that.
Okay. But I'm glad you asked me to reswing the answer. Feels so manageable, but it does not have the pop.
That was nice at the end because
I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, those sorts of the mishit protection on the G410 was significant.
Yeah. I mean, it was 10 yards for sure. It was 10 yards short.
Well, if we can't sneak you 0.5 of a stroke.
So it's
right.
back to me. It's back. The pressure's back to me. Accountability.
We hand the ball back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well done. That was good.
Great to be back. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Ronnie.
So some things to think about there, guys, when we're filling gaps in the bags. There's all these discussions of where clubs kind of play their role.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
What balance we're looking to strike between sort of forgiveness and flight and sort of ball speed protection, and when do you transition into hybrids, and how do you do that from an iron set? And we had some conversations last week about that sort of thing, about some stuff that's coming where transitioning from iron sets, shorts into longs and into hybrids, and how that may look in the future. There's some discussion on that right now, which is
definitely
pretty interesting stuff. So
the set is getting less traditional, I guess, as time goes on. I mean, it used to be you'd buy your 8 irons, and that was just. And now at this point, you have people that might have 4 or 5 irons at most, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, when working with DA Points a few years ago, I mean, he had 2 different brands in his iron set.
That's right. I remember
that.
Yeah,
so he had the Ping I5 short irons, in the short and kind of mids, and then he had the TaylorMade SLDR.
That's crazy.
I think it was like 654 or something like that. It was crazy. So, you just do what works. That's the name of the game. You do what works. Sure. You do what kind of allows you to play the best and get that handicap down as low as possible.
All right.
That's the key. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.